seconds and counting.
Hey, what's good, guys? Clutch here. Essam here, back with another video. And for today's video, I'm going to be talking about the Houston Texans. And I'm going to be talking about a specific player in particular that's not a Houston Texan. And hopefully he's not a Houston Texan yet. But hopefully he will become one in the near future. Sometime in April, hopefully. But this player is quarterback Bryce Young out of Alabama. So as we know, there's a lot of debate like all over social media, whether it be Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, even YouTube, about what the Texans should do at the quarterback position. There's a lot of debates whether they should keep Mills, give him another year, whether they should take a quarterback, what they should really do with that specific position. And me personally, I'm going to explain why I would take Bryce Young in this year's draft, why I believe he pretty much could be and should be our quarterback of the future, our franchise quarterback, our quarterback to hopefully lead us to Super Bowls and whatnot, championship games. But yeah, I'm just going to explain like my side, my part, and I'm going to pitch, I guess, my sales pitch to the fans, like why I think he should be able to join this team via the draft. So Bryce Young, there's a lot of questions when it comes to his game. A lot of it's on his size. A lot of people have him listed at 6 foot, and then there's a lot of people who don't even have him at like 5'11". Some people say he's 5'10" and like 3/8 or something like that. Point is, he's a small quarterback. He's not the biggest guy in the room, and he's probably done growing. He's a 21-year-old man. So, I mean, he's done growing. It is what it is. He's probably, like, if I had to guess, I'm just going to say 5'11". 5'11", 190 pounds. So, I mean, that's pretty small. Even Russell Wilson and, of course, Kyler Murray, when they came into the league, they were considered small, but they both had a pretty good build, I guess, added onto them. Like, they both were physically gifted, stronger guys, more physical, like more physically, like a lot of muscle on their body. And Bryce Young, he's more on the skinnier side, just flat up skinny or straight up skinny. And I don't think that really, obviously it matters, but I don't think it matters to the extent that people say it does. I feel like if the guy can play, he can play. Of course, there hasn't been many small quarterbacks in the league. There probably won't be unless the game just completely changes in the future. But I think we can definitely win with this type of quarterback. Forget if he's small or not, he can play, as I said. He's able to do everything, or most of everything, that a just normal size quarterback can do. He plays like he's 6'3". He plays like he's just a normal average size quarterback. He doesn't let his, I guess, size determine how he plays. He still runs with the ball. He still takes hits. He's not scared to take a hit. He stands in that pocket and he delivers strikes. And that's probably one of my favorite things about him. He's not scared to take a hit in the pocket. He'll stand in there, take a massive hit, and still deliver a perfect ball to his receiver. And that's one thing that I really, really like about him. The other thing is he's a very, very good quarterback when it comes to improvising. Like when he has to run around in the pocket, his pocket awareness is just out of this world. I don't think I've really seen a college quarterback with this type of pocket awareness in quite a minute. I mean, just the way he's able to move around. There's plays out there where you watch and it's like, damn, is this guy like magical? Is he a Harry Potter or something like that? And a lot of people are gonna say, will this work in the NFL? It's not gonna work in the NFL. This and that about the NFL. And honestly, I think it does, because it's not that Bryce Young uses his physicality to break out of the sack. It's not like the guys don't know how to tackle. It's because he's just elusive. He has insane elusiveness. He's able to duck under tackles, duck under people trying to sack him. He's very shifty, very fast. He's great at making guys miss. He's just very, very elusive. And I think that's going to really help him in the NFL, even with the size. He probably runs like a 4.5, I want to say. Officially in the draft or the combine, it's probably going to be like a low 4.5 or a high 4.6, somewhere around that range. So pretty fast for a quarterback. I mean, that's some ideal speed for your franchise quarterback. And he knows how to use the speed. He knows how to run around, extend the play. And he's not a run-first quarterback. And thankfully, because when you consider his size, I mean, I hope he's not a run-first quarterback. He's going to take hit after hit. But again, goes to the point where he knows how to take a hit where it's not going to, I guess, impact him too much. He knows when to slide. He knows when to get down. He knows he knows when to just stop running. And that's really, really big, of course, when you include his size and everything. And just the touch that he puts on the ball, I mean, he's not the perfect quarterback by any means. Obviously, no quarterback is really perfect unless your name is Tom Brady, and even he's not perfect. But he's very accurate. I mean, he has very good touch on the football. He's very good throwing to the middle of the field in between those hash marks, in between those numbers. He's very good at making those type of throws, like over the middle throws, remember, like a tight end in route or a wide receiver in route, a deep post, anything like that in the middle of the field. He's really, really, really good at making those type of throws. And you know who isn't the best at making those type of throws? Our current quarterback, Davis Mills. No, this video isn't like made to bash Davis Mills or anything. I think he's gonna be a fine backup for us. Drafting in the third round, having a top tier backup, I feel like that's a very good win for us. Top tier backup drafted in the third round. You could probably eventually trade, maybe get some value for him. I feel like that's great. So this video isn't to bash Davis Mills, but Bryce Young is able to do many, many, many different things that Davis Mills just simply can't do. And again, it's not bashing him. It's just a lot of it, he's just not able to do it. He's not I mean, in terms of height, he's much more physically gifted than Bryce Young. But in terms of everything else, running with the ball, elusiveness, he's not as gifted as Bryce Young is in terms of that type of stuff. So Bryce Young, I feel like adding him to this football team, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, let's build up the rest of the team first. Oh, let's draft some core pieces first." But why not get your quarterback when you have the chance right now? There's no guarantee that you're gonna be able to be in this position again next year, the year after, whether it be 2024 with a Caleb Williams or 2025 with whoever the hell is gonna be there. There's no guarantee that you're gonna be in position to draft a quarterback. There's no guarantee that teams are gonna want to trade back with you or trade up with you to help you get your quarterback, even if there are a lot of assets there. Because what if they need the quarterback themselves? There's no guarantee you're going to be in this position again. So why not just get your quarterback now? And people tend to forget we have 4 first-round picks over the next 2 years. 4. Miami Dolphins, they don't even have, I think, they only have 1 in the next 2 years. They were, of course, forfeited this one, and then next year, I believe they have their pick. I'm not entirely sure. But that's just a comparison. We have 4, they have 1 in the next 2 years. I feel like that's insane. And in this specific draft in 2023, we're going to have at least 5 draft picks in the top 100, 3 within the first 2 rounds. So you have a lot of picks to do a lot of different things to help build up this team. Just because you take a quarterback doesn't mean, oh, we can't build up this team anymore. You can take Bryce Young at number 1 or number 2, whatever it might be, and you can still get an impactful defensive player or maybe a wide receiver with that Browns pick. Or in that second round, you can get maybe a guy like Siaki Ika from out of Baylor, that 300-pound plus defensive tackle who I think is a little bit like DJ Reader. You can draft him, put him up the middle. He could be that run-stuffing guy. Our run defense is ranked 32nd. He can really impact that. So we can do a lot of different things. Just because we draft a quarterback does not mean we can't build up this team. And Bryce Young, he's made for the NFL. I mean, he has that poster boy type of, I guess, impact. He's a poster boy. He's a very good leader, very good person, and of course, ties back to him being a very good quarterback. And this might kind of sound like I'm all over him, like I'm hyping him up too much. But I mean, again, he's not the perfect prospect by any means. But if he was 6'3", I think we'd be looking at one of the better prospects over the last few years. Maybe not as good as a prospect that Trevor Lawrence was coming in, but maybe like a tier below that. I feel like he's a very, very good prospect coming up because of his size. He's not talked about more or like talked about as his next big thing. Obviously, a lot of people talk about him, but a lot of the times not for good reason. But yeah, this is a little rant about why the Texans should go to Bryce Young, why he should be the next Texans franchise quarterback. And I don't think Davis Mills, a third-round pick from 2 years ago, should stop the Texans from drafting this guy. The Davis Mills experiment was pretty fun. It was fun while it lasted. He had some good games, some good moments, but a lot of it was bad. I don't think he should stop the Texans or Nick Caserio from drafting quarterback. I think we should draft Bryce Young in the 2023 draft and get our potential, hopeful franchise quarterback of the future. So yeah, that's pretty much the video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think we should draft Bryce Young? Do you think he's going to be special? Do you think he's not going to make it in the NFL? Do you think that the Texans shouldn't draft him? That we should maybe draft a Stroud or wait for 2024 or whatever it might be? What do you guys think? But yeah, it's been Clutch City Entertainment, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.